Alcohol finds its way into our public conversations fairly often here, not only on AM800, but throughout media, and I'm sure through your conversations as well. We just had earlier on today Spirits Canada's president and CEO asking to have the provincial government move forward with a pilot to allow for Ontario produced spirits to be sold in grocery stores that already sell beer and wine. But we know that there is, of course, cancer links to alcohol as well. And that is why we have a senator who has introduced legislation that he's saying is necessary. Quebec Senator Patrick Brazeau joins me today to speak about this new bill that he had introduced last year, Bill S-254, which would mandate health labels on all alcohol bottles to alert consumers to the possibility of cancer risks. How are you doing today, Senator?
I am very good. How about you, John?
Doing very well. Thank you so much for speaking with me about this. I know that it's an issue that you take very near and dear to you because alcohol usage was something that you had to struggle with for a bit.
Well, exactly. For those who know me, I've never been shy to talk about my own personal struggles with alcohol. And having said that, it hasn't been an easy road. It's an ongoing struggle day by day. But I'm winning this battle, and I've been 3 years sober. So. Like I said, it's always an uphill battle, but I'm very happy to have introduced this bill because, throughout quite a number of years, I did my own personal research with respect to alcohol, and I found myself that I was in one of the 75% of Canadians who were not aware that even a small amount of consumption of alcohol could lead to at least 7 known types of fatal cancers. And so this is why that I thought that by introducing this bill in terms of labeling, similar to what we did with the tobacco companies, for example, on cigarette packaging, that it's time that Canadians are aware about the causal link between alcohol consumption and cancer.
Well, congratulations on your 3 years of being sober there. And, it's really interesting because you bring up tobacco labeling as well. But we've just legalized, well, not just, but cannabis has been legalized, of course. And on its packaging, there's very clear concerns about the risk of, cancer developing. So I wonder, for you think that alcohol shouldn't get a pass that it's already getting. Is that correct?
Well, no, alcohol should not get a pass whatsoever. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's exactly what they are getting. They're getting a free pass because since 1988, alcohol has been classified as a Class 1 carcinogen, just like tobacco and asbestos. And so, we often hear the alcohol industry saying that they can manage themselves. Well, they have done absolutely nothing to warn their consumers that there's a cancer risk with their product, and we all understand the reasons why. It's all about sales, and nobody wants the word cancer on their products. But the fact remains is that it is a Class 1 carcinogen, and it does cause up to a minimum of at least 7 known fatal cancers. And so, this is not about reinventing the wheel. It's all about providing health information, and it's all about Canadian consumers' right to know this information.
And so what are you hearing from the government then with regards to this bill that you've introduced here on the Senate side of things? Do you think that there might be some support?
Well, first and foremost, I've introduced this in the Senate, and so what's important with respect to this bill is that at least there's a majority of my colleagues in the Senate who will want to send this to committee for further study, to have the real experts come before committee and provide information and facts and data with respect to alcohol. But if it doesn't go to committee, then all we're doing is starting a conversation with nothing to back it up. And so it's important that we get this study to committee as soon as possible for the benefit of Canadians, because look, there's 17,000 deaths in Canada a year that are attributable to alcohol.
Which is 17,000 too many, quite frankly. And I guess, Senator, I wonder, what do you think that the fight would be like with the alcohol industry? Because I can't think they're going to want to just, do this because they're being asked to.
No, absolutely not. And as a matter of fact, they're doing everything in their power, using their resources and using their lobby power to ensure and to approach parliamentarians and to ensure that this doesn't see the light of day. And so we know that the lobby is powerful. We know that they have a lot of resources, and we know that they do a lot of good in the community in terms of sponsoring sports teams for our kids, etc. But we have to look at this with the angle of cancer and health, because for far too long, alcohol has been accepted in our society, and it has been accepted since the beginning of time. But it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that alcohol is not good for us. And so let's start having the honest conversations that need to be had, because we can perhaps save a lot of lives here in terms of having labels on this product. And who knows, perhaps we can change a generation in the future with respect to the way we view alcohol.
And I know you're not telling people not to drink or to quit drinking. For you, it's about this labeling so people are able to have just more education about the facts. Is that right?
Exactly. And look, when the warnings came on cigarette packaging, I was a former smoker, and it didn't dissuade me from smoking. But after several years and thinking about it and knowing that the product wasn't good, well, I finally was able to quit that product. And so, no, absolutely not. This is not a nanny state. People are free to consume whatever product that they wish. All I'm trying to do is to ensure that the Canadian consumers have a right to this health information so that they make better informed decisions for themselves. And that is simply the crux and the intent of the bill.
Well, Senator Patrick Brazeau, I really want to thank you for joining me to talk about this, and we will keep an eye on it as it moves forward and throughout committee, and hopefully be able to chat with you again about it in the future. Thank you so much for your time.
Well, thank you for your time and interest in this subject matter that is not everyone's cup of tea.
No, it's not, but it's very important to be talking about. Thank you, Senator.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
All the best. Senator Patrick Brazeau joining us to talk about his push for Bill S-254, which he introduced last year, looking to put warning labels on alcohol. He's saying, hey, it's up to you whether or not you want to drink. He's not telling anyone to quit, but he's saying you should have more information available to you about how there is a link with cancer. We want to know what you think about this. Do you think that alcohol bottles and labels should have more warning on it to let you know what some of the actual health effects are? The senator says this is not about nanny state. It's just about providing you with more information. What are